Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson. I'm an American living in Portugal, but today we are in Spain, in the city of Jerez de Frontera, Jerez on the frontier. And I know that the actual Spanish pronunciation is Jerez, but I'm going to say Jerez, the English pronunciation, because I'm speaking English. Today we're at one of the most famous cafes in Jerez, which is Grenier, and this place is fabulous location right on the square here in Jerez, and it's just so vibrant and happening. We're here on a weekday morning. Is anyone working here? Everyone's in the cafe having coffee, having pastry, enjoying life. I guess we're at the time when people take a break. We're not in the high tourist season. I don't know. Maybe a lot of these people are tourists. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to have some pastries today, and let me tell you what I got. So I asked her what her specialities were, and she gave me these two things. This first one is fartón, and this is like a very light dough, fried, topped with powdered sugar. Actually, I think that's baked. I don't think that's fried. It's not crispy at all. Very soft. This would be perfect with a coffee, but I got some herbal tea. Oh, that's nice too. And then, this one, when we first walked in, caught Karen's eye. And then when she recommended it, Karen was very excited. Oh, this is so sticky. This is Coquish de Vadrone. Vadrone? Is that right? I'll put the name of it up on. But what it translates to, if you do a literal translation, it's basically Coca-Cola is what comes up. So I'm betting that they sweeten this because it's so sticky, or maybe they spread it on top before they bake it with some kind of cola. That's my guess. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's not Coca-Cola. Wow. Holy cow, this is incredible. So, it's like Coca-Cola. You know how Coca-Cola has that little bit of anise flavor in it? They've since, as they've changed the recipe over the years, there's not as much of that anise flavor in it, but this is heavy on the anise, and you can tell it has a little bit of that cola taste to it. Fried and then topped with slivers of almond. This is incredible. Wow. If you don't like licorice, this might not be your thing because it's got that anise flavor to it. But boy, I'm a fan. I could eat this whole, I'm not going to, I got to share it. But I could eat this by myself. This is amazing. Wow. Great way to start here at Grenier. Boy, the rest of these places are going to have a lot to live up to. This is the Jerez market, and inside this old building is a ton of vendors selling meat and fish. There's a big fish market in there, but also a lot of produce, veggies and fruit. And right now, artichokes and asparagus are in season, so you see a lot of people selling that stuff. But there's also fruits from veggies from other parts of Spain, other parts of the EU, and around the world, depending on what you're in the market for. Now, that's the thing about these mercados in Spain, but also in Portugal where we live. in all of the EU. Yes, you're going to see some folks who are the actual growers. Like here, there's guys just selling asparagus. I suspect it's wild asparagus, I don't know. But guys who have just picked asparagus, set up a table, and sell the asparagus. But a lot of these vendors are wholesalers because this is where people come to shop on a regular basis, and they want to get a wider variety than just the few things that happen to be available local on that particular day. So that's what you get. This is a really nice market. I've been to a lot of markets. This one is really, really nice. There's some great stuff in there. And then outside you have more vendors. These seem to be more local. There's a flower vendor around the way. There's a whole line of people selling household goods. Like if you need underwear, if you need socks, if you need sneakers, you can go there. Then there's some cafes. And then behind me is this little pop-up churro stand. Looks like a husband and wife team. They're having a great, she's hilarious. And it looks like they're just having fun, and they are busy, man. They are cranking out the churros. You can buy them by the kilo. I can't imagine what a kilo, I mean, because these things are feather light. So 2.2 pounds of these, it would be massive. You can get half a kilo, quarter kilo, or what I got, which is the mini. And this was $1.50. And this is what you get. So churro, you probably know, it's fried dough. They extrude it through this machine, goes right into the fryer, cooks for a minute, flips it over, cooks, comes out. She cuts it up with the scissors, puts it in this paper, and serves it up. This is a little different than the other churros that I've normally had in Spain, which are usually topped with sugar, powdered sugar, cinnamon. These are salty. This is a more savory churro. It's really good. I like it. And this is all they have. Nothing fancy. No churros filled with Nutella. No churros con chocolate. None of that. You get your churros. She puts it in this paper, hands it to her, you pay her, and that's it. End of transaction. And it's great. I like it that way. So this is a great place to come. Even if you're not in the market for artichokes, come and get your churros. Really good. This is 0% gluten, a gluten-free bakery chain here in Spain. And I thought we'd come here and try some of their stuff and see how it stacks up. I didn't get any pastry this time, but what I did get is something that you'll see all over Spain, which is tomato and toast. And it may not sound very exciting, but tomato and toast is a classic Spanish breakfast, and it is quite delicious. Now, I got mine jazzed up a little bit with a tortilla, an omelet, and a little bit of avocado on top. So let's give this a try, see how their gluten-free bread is. I'm sure it's good. Wow. It's really good. I mean, my expectations were pretty high because the place is called 0% gluten, and I thought they would have their bread down. Their bread is outstanding. Nice tomato on there with egg. Can't go wrong. Karen just got avocado toast. Oh, that guacamole has some lemon juice in it. Gives it a little zing. Good. And of course, I got a cafe con leche with almond milk. They put a little floral design on the top to make it a little bit extra special. Good coffee here in Spain. So I was looking inside, and they had their breads, their little baguettes. They looked amazing. You know, granted, you're going to pay more for gluten-free bread than you will in just a regular bakery. A little baguette was like €4, but it looked really good, and judging from the quality of this, excellent. And then they had a bunch of desserts. The donuts, chocolate-covered donuts, they look great. But the cheesecake looked like really New York-style cheesecake. Looked really, really good. So I think next time we'll have some cheesecake when we come here. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy my tomato and toast and tortilla and avocado. Really good. This is the Jerez Cathedral, the most important church in Jerez. And I know when you come to Europe, you probably have church fatigue going inside all these churches, but this one is worth it. Costs a little bit more to get inside than a lot of churches are free. This is €8 to go inside, but it's worth it. The facade you can see is pretty ornate and magnificent, but you go inside and man, they have a ton of artwork in there, including some pretty spectacular silver pieces. I guess Jerez at one point was famous for its silver smithing, and man, some of the pieces are incredible. There's a bunch of paintings too, old altar pieces. It's really filled with some pretty magnificent artwork ranging from the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th century. And, you know, €8 may sound a little steep just to go inside and see a church, but I would say worth your time. The architecture is Gothic, which this is probably one of the last Gothic churches that was built in Europe, certainly in Spain. And then it's got some neoclassical and Baroque elements in it too. But man, it's pretty stunning to go inside, and you can see why this is the most important church in Jerez. We're at Reyes Bakery here in Jerez to continue our little sweet and pastry tour of the city. And there's a guy jackhammering out front, so this may get loud. We'll see. I've been looking for this treat because it's supposedly a specialty of Jerez. Not every bakery has it, surprisingly, but it's called tocino de cielo. And what it is, it's a very, very simple dish. It's made just with eggs and sugar. It's kind of like a flan, except it's denser. And it has this nice caramel on it. It's really, really good. One thing to be aware of, though, traditionally, this was made with pork fat, lard, rather than sugar. So you need to be careful if you're a vegetarian. Ask. I asked here, and they said, nope, eggs, sugar, that is it. So what they do is they make the eggs, they have the sugar on the bottom, and as it cooks, it caramelizes, and the caramel runs out underneath, and then they flip it over and serve it. I'm going to try and show you this without it running everywhere. And then they flip it over, and you get the caramel on the top. And it's not that big, you know, it's this nice little treat. Wow. Really sweet and dense and eggy. That's good. Got a little cafe con leche. Oh, that's good. She foamed the milk. She didn't just pour the soy milk on top. That's nice. And then Karen wanted to get this. Oh, okay. I thought this would be. All right. This is a lot more sugary than I expected. Oh. Wow. I thought it was just going to be a little cake ball with almonds sprinkled on top. It's not, that's peanut butter with almonds, and it's crispy. Maybe they put puffed rice or something in there. That's really tasty. You know, I've done a lot of videos about Portugal's bakeries and me just singing the praises of Portuguese pastelerias. Spain doesn't get as much ink when it comes to their pastries, but man, they definitely know what they're doing. All right, so we made our last 2 stops on this pastry crawl and went to the most famous bakery, at least they say it's the most famous in Jerez, Rosa de Oro, and they had some really beautiful looking pastries in there. They had some little mini ones too. But there's no place to sit in there. So came to the square right around the corner, and I got this gorgeous apple, looks like a galette almost, this apple tart. So puff pastry looks divine. I mean, look at these layers on this thing. Looks like they know what they're doing. Let's give it a try. Perfect. Crispy, flaky. Wow. Yeah. Those folks know what they're doing. That's for sure. All right. And then I went to another bakery right around the corner, La Rondera. And this place, it wasn't on my list when we came here, but we were walking by the window last night and it just looked so awesome, the stuff that they had. They were closed. So we came back today to try them out. And this is called Masa Real, King's dough or King's bread. So, that dough is so good. Almost like a shortbread, but a little bit lighter, topped with powdered sugar and icing. And then there's a little filling on the inside, and I'm not certain what that is. I've seen it described as angel hair, which would lead you to believe that it's like an egg, strands of egg, but that's not what this is. I looked it up when I knew that we were going to get this, and there's a pastry in Cuba by the same name that's filled with guava paste. And it tastes fruity to me, so that might be guava paste. There's also something called Masa Real that's a Filipino dish that's made with peanuts. That's something completely different. But this is mighty tasty too. Wow. Been duly impressed with the bakeries here in Jerez. Really good stuff. So definitely worth your time checking these places out when you come to Jerez. Good stuff. In the morning, in the afternoon, all day long as they're open. Well, that's about it for this particular video. It's been a great trip to Jerez. I've really enjoyed it, and enjoyed the sherry. We did a video on that. Just a great time here in Jerez. Worthwhile coming here. We're off to Cadiz next, and we'll see what that's like. It's supposed to rain, so I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to do while we're there, but if I get a video out on Cadiz, be sure and check that out. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you want to support us even more, buymeacoffee.com/DestinationEatDrink. Also have a weekly podcast. You can find out where to get that at destinationeatdrink.com/pod. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road.
luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.